I tell you, folks, it's not the WNBA, it's not the NBA, but it is the MGBA, Mixed Gender Basketball Association. Men and women playing together, co-ed basketball. It's all new, and here joining me is Tamia Cologne. Welcome,
yes,
Tamia.
thank you so much. Glad to be here.
And James Scott, D. James Scott.
Glad to be
all
here
right,
too.
folks, let's put it all on the table. How did this all get started, and why?
It started with our creator, Dr. John Howard, Jr. He made a phone call to me. We were talking about doing something in the basketball genre, and he finally says, let's do mixed gender. It took me about a couple of weeks to actually grasp the concept.
Now, when was this call made? 2 years ago?
Oh, January of 2013.
Okay.
Yeah. And once the call was made, 2 weeks later, we started Mixed Gender Basketball Association. Mm-hmm. And we put together a team. We first started in Atlanta. We had our first trial in Atlanta, Georgia, at Georgia Tech University. Then we now we went to New Jersey, and we just had trials last week in New York. We're going to have another round of tryouts in New York City, Brooklyn, Bronx, Staten Island, and Long Island. We will have teams in all those locations. So basically, that's it for right now.
Tamia, your involvement?
Well, actually, I was invited to become a sponsor, one of the sponsors for the actual games that took place in New Jersey. And I was also invited to the game.
Now, this was also on Al Jazeera, correct?
Oh,
because
yeah.
I saw one of your stories on Al Jazeera, America,
Okay.
about a month ago.
Of course, yeah.
All right. Well, basically, what it was is we were actually attempting to become the actual official water for the MGBA. And then one of the distributors, they went ahead and actually got the sponsorship. And what we did is they actually invited me to come out to see the game. And when I came to see the game, I was excited. And didn't know why I was excited, but the bottom line is I knew that it was the first game, and I knew that it was two teams that hardly anybody in the arena was familiar with, but yet everybody was excited. People were screaming and yelling and so forth and so on, and I found myself screaming and yelling. Mm-hmm. And then I wanted to find out, well, how in the world can I, get a piece of this? How can I actually own one of these teams? And then I found myself having a conversation with Dr. Howard and Mr. James Scott as well about how to actually get some teams. And that's where we are today. We're actually in the process of making that happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
The players themselves getting involved, the tryouts, how did the men and women feel about? I mean, especially the first time you do something, man. You know how that is. The first time is always it's not easy.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah?
I think the players.
Oh, let me say something else also. Why now and why not 10, 15 years ago? Is it because people have evolved to accept certain
You have
things,
women in combat right now.
Yeah.
You have women doing all kinds of different things they weren't doing before. You have a president of GM now who is a woman.
True.
The time is now. That's one of our catchphrases. We have two of them. The time is now and equal pay for equal play. Everybody gets paid the same.
Now, how did the players feel, men and women,
They
at
love
first?
it. At first?
The first tryout in
The first
Atlanta.
tryout, everybody was a little, it was like a beta testing, okay, to see how it would work out. And after the first 2 quarters, we had to explain to the men and the women that they had to play together. Well, there's no prima donnas here. But after they started playing together, and after they started...
I mean, it was. I'm sure there had to be one guy go, man, I ain't playing no woman, man, come on.
No,
I mean,
there was one guy says,
okay, you gotta give me
please don't dunk on me.
Okay.
All right? And he got dunked on.
Right.
Okay, and that's that.
Right.
And then he had to man up. Then at that point, we knew that we had something. We knew we had something. But until we had that first game, no one really.
So how did you feel about it also going into that first game?
We were confident.
Sort of apprehensive?
We were confident. No, we were confident.
Okay.
We just wanted to make sure there was enough people there. We didn't want to look like another league that doesn't have that many people.
Right, because there are plenty of leagues out there. I mean, unfortunately, and having a basketball league and owning a team, it's not easy. Meeting payroll, that sort of thing. Especially you have the ABA. You had the ABA is still present. You also had the National Street Basketball Association was supposed to come about maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. Unfortunately, that did not get off the ground.
There are reasons why those teams have failed, okay? Dr. John Howard and myself have studied the reasons why.
Is one reason why you think they're trying to replicate the NBA, the WNBA? Is there enough men and women playing?
Well, it's enough of the NBA is enough as it is,
Right.
okay?
Okay.
We're not replicating anyone. Now they'll be replicating us. Okay. The MBGA is just a new model. Okay. It works. We have a special formula. Was developed by myself and Dr. Howard.
What is your formula also?
Our formula, well, it's 3 men, 2 women the first quarter, 3 men, 2 women the second quarter, and back and forth. And at the end of the game, who's ever losing, we have what you call a clutch time scramble. That's the last 2 minutes. The losing team can bring in 5 women. There's never 5 men, but you bring in 5 women because you have the arc where the 3 points, men's 3 points.
Now the women are given 4 points, right?
They're given 4
shot.
points.
Okay.
So you bring in 5 women to hit that 4 point. If they foul them, then that's a 5. That's 5 points. So this is part of the clutch time scramble, okay? And this is the strategic part of this where a coach will say, we're gonna do CT time, clutch time scramble, and it works. It works, and the fans are excited, okay? I've never been to a game, and I've only been to a couple of professional basketball games in my lifetime.
Okay.
Okay, but I've never seen people come to a game not knowing who is who, and all of a sudden they've now chosen up sides.
So do you think it's more of the concept than the game itself that is attracting people?
Both.
Because when you look at it, you know, you have the ABA, you have different leagues, various leagues out here, but this is completely off the wall. I mean, something different. I never even imagined.
Because that's why it's exciting, because what you're just saying, okay, no one has thought to do this until now. No one has said, well, you know, let's put men and women together. Okay, we've thought of that, and and when you see the game, it's no difference. It's just people playing basketball. Okay, we have one girl that jumps this high. She's 5 foot. She comes up this high off the ground.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you had a picture of us, a shot of her, but I mean, this is you have to see it.
I mean, but I'm sure I gotta come at you.
Come on, I'm waiting. Come on.
You know I'm coming. You got your critics that say, man, I ain't going to see that. That's not going to work. It's a novelty act. It's a freak show. Who wants to go and see something like that? I want to go see real ball. Matter of fact, I want to go see the NBA. If I want to see women play, I'm going to see the WNBA.
I tell you what, but you got a chance to now see both in action together. Okay. All right. Now, for those who might think that I'm just talking, go to our website, www.mgbainc, and go to the news and media. Click on the 4th quarter, okay, and then tell them to call you back.
Okay.
Okay, and you'll call us back.
Now, to me, what is your thoughts about it?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Well, one of the things that I admire, you know, about this league is the fact that it actually starts when everything else is done. Okay. In addition to that, one of the other things that I admire is that women are not afraid to play.
Oh, this is also how the basketball works.
Absolutely.
I was gonna catch that, huh?
Yeah.
Well, the woman did throw it.
Yeah. Hey, that's true.
So are you saying if it was a dude that threw it, I would have killed it?
It probably would have went over the head, but
might broke the glass.
All right. Now the other thing is, go ahead. You were explaining.
What I'm saying is that the women are not afraid to play. So you got to see it.
Okay.
You see, you really got to see it.
Now this is a professional league also. Salaries or whatever. What is the pay?
Yes. It's $25,000 a year, $25,000 to $50,000 a year.
How long does the season last?
It's a 40-game season.
Okay.
Basically, yes, 40-game season, 42 games.
Now you got teams here in Brooklyn. You have a team here coming?
We'll have a team in Brooklyn by the end of 1st of May. You'll have a team in Brooklyn.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Where are tryouts? Are you going to give us all that information
Tryouts
about
will
tryouts?
you go to the website. You'll see all the information for tryouts, times, and dates.
And if we can't come to a game, if I'd like to see a game on TV, the web, how can I get?
You can see it online. Okay. Sometime we'll be live streaming soon. Okay. So it's
So you got a contract with Solar South, right?
Solar South
Network.
Yes,
out
we
of
have our
Arkansas.
own production company as
Good.
well.
All right, cool. And hopefully, you never know, we may want to get involved too.
Hey, that'd be nice.
We would like that.
All right, good.
Okay.
Well, thanks. Thanks for
you.
coming. All right, thanks for coming over. All right, in just a moment, we'll have a discussion about what tax liens and foreclosures do to the property owners in Brooklyn's 36th district, right after this.